Hello and welcome to 0314 and 1314. So let me kind of clarify what this course is. So you're co-enrolled into two courses. You're enrolled in the developmental math course that is prior to college algebra and also college algebra. So the advantage to this course is that you're going to knock two out in one semester. So you do want to keep in mind that you are taking two courses, and so you need to expect to devote that amount of time to this, okay? Now the advantage to this is you're taking it in one semester to where you don't take the first part, go on, your winter break or summer break and come back and forget half of what you learned and complete college algebra. So this course is designed in a way that the first couple weeks we'll spend about 4 weeks on remediation, making sure we have all the tools to be successful for college algebra. And then after that point, we'll start the college algebra portion of the course. So when you log into D2L, you're going to see a couple of these right here. So you're going to see math 0314 and you're going to see math 1314 with the section 1C41. Now, to make things easier so I'm not having to post things in two different places, I'm going to just post stuff in 1314, okay? And D2L is just going to be a place for information. Okay, assignments and stuff like that will not be completed in D2L, but I'll have information about that here. So I'm going to go ahead and click this. We'll go in here and I'll show you around. So when you click here, I will post some announcements here, and I'll be posting the link to this video also within the announcements. But the only other place you really need to go to is content. So I'm going to go to content. And here is where I have the syllabus, the student registration handout. That's going to be where we complete our homework. And so I'll show you that in a moment. And then I do have our calendar, and we'll take a look at that. And then the last two tabs are where you're going to find the notes and videos. So basically the lessons, okay? So we don't meet at a particular time. This is done on your own time. Now, don't be afraid to send me questions because I'll be more than happy to make you a video and send it back to you. And I'll kind of show you the easiest way to do that in a moment. So let's go ahead. We'll start with the syllabus. If you were to click on that link, it would open up the syllabus. I have it in a PDF format over here, so I'm just going to open that on my screen here. Let me see. All right, so here is my syllabus. And so let me see if I can make this a little larger. See, is it at the bottom of the screen? No. Let me see. Oh, there we are. Okay, so I am Professor Algio. Okay, so this is typically where you'd find me in my office. I am on campus a little bit this semester, but it's not going to be the best way to contact me. The best way is going to be this email right here. You have two emails. You have your D2L, and then you have this Lone Star email right here. This is the best email to contact me. If you do contact me through D2L, that's fine. I just don't check it as often. This other email I check multiple times a day. My office hours are from 2 to 3:30 Monday through Friday, or WebEx by request. So do not hesitate to request a WebEx meeting, and I'll be more than happy to set that up and get you the link for that. Okay, so our course is 0314 1314. Essentially, it's just college algebra, but we have that little remedial part in the beginning to kind of get us ready to go. So the method of instruction is going to be online. So as I was telling you, I've got my videos and notes for 0314 at this length right here. And then I also have my videos for 1314 at this separate link right here. And so I'll go ahead and show that to you real quick so you'll know what that looks like. I believe I have it right here. Here we go. So this is my 0314. Here's the home page, okay? So 0314 notes and videos. So unit 1, click on that. And so you can see I have unit outline notes for unit 1. So if you click on that, it'll take you to the outline notes, and you can print it out if you want. You don't have to, but a lot of times students prefer to kind of print that out. It makes it a little bit easier to go along with the videos. And then let's see, we'll go back here, and then all these are videos. And so you see 1.1, I broke it up into 3 parts because I try to get my videos not to go over 20 minutes. I know that after 20 minutes, it's natural to kind of start to zone out. So I try to make my videos less than 20 minutes, and I won't say they're all less than 20 minutes, but I try my best. And so anyways, there's all the videos for Unit 1. Here is Unit 2. And then Unit 3 I'm actually still working on, so those will be posted fairly soon. And so there's 3 units to the developmental part of the course, okay? And then after we're done with the developmental part, so let's see, then this is the College Algebra 1 right here. Now this one's completed because I've been teaching College Algebra online for a while before all this craziness. So this one's completed. So there's 4 units for College Algebra, okay? So anyways, you don't really need to worry about this until after we're done with our developmental stage. All right, let's go back to the syllabus. All right, here we go. Okay, so you're going to complete assignments, like everything, homework and exams on the online platform of MyMathLab, okay? So I have the details down here. So we're using the Blitzer, that's the author, the publisher is Pearson. And so what we're recommending is the 18-week ISBN code for that. Now you don't need a book, so don't go buy a book. You just need online access. And so if you're going to purchase it through the bookstore, that's fine. Here's the ISBN number for you, okay? If you want to buy it directly from Pearson, it's the same price. So it just kind of depends on if you have financial aid funds that you want to use. If you do, I would get on that as soon as possible because there has been some delays in shipments, okay? It might be a little better now that we're a couple weeks into the semester, but either way, I'd get that done soon. Now, the nice thing is this cost, it's going to be a one-time fee. It covers both courses, okay? That's another advantage to this, okay? If you took them separately, you'd have to pay twice. So since we're taking it all at once, it's going to be a one-time fee of $69.99. Now, if you do decide to use your financial aid and you order it, and you're like, well, I'm going to get behind, there is a 2-week free trial that you can do with MyMathLab. And I'll kind of try to point you in the right direction for that in a moment. So whenever you go register at MyMathLab, this is going to be the code you're going to use, the ALGEO 03426, okay? And this kind of has some instructions on how to do that. If you go if I go back to D2L, I also have the handout right here. So if you click on that handout, okay, here's the handout. It gives you the web address, and then it gives you that code also right here for Algeo 03426. So I'll go ahead and click on this. It might log me in though, since I'm okay. It didn't. That's good. Okay, if you've never used a Pearson product, just go to Student. Okay, and then go to Register, and then you'll put in the code. So ALGEO 0, what was it? Was it 24 or I'm sorry, 3426. 3426. So 3426 and continue. Okay, so it's going to say, hey, do you already have an account with us? If you do, great. And if not, go to create. And then here on email, put in whatever you want. Okay. It doesn't have to be your school email. Just pick something that you checked often, okay? Because this is a way that we can correspond through MyMathLab, and I'm going to show that to you in just a second. So, let me see. Okay, so let me go ahead and pull it up so you can see what it's going to look like. Once you create your account, it's going to ask you for how you want to pay for this, and so it'll say something at the top like, do you have an access code? That would be if you purchase from the bookstore. Then it'll say, do you want to pay directly? And it'll give you 2 options. It'll give you one for $100 and one for the $69.99. The more expensive option just gives you access for a longer period of time. You don't need that unless you think that you would have to repeat the course. Then that will cover you for a couple extra semesters in case you had to repeat this course. Otherwise, if you think you're going to knock it out, then just use the cheaper option. Okay, so let me go to my math lab and show you around there. Okay, so when once you get your account set up, it'll look something like this. You're only going to have one of these blocks. Okay, so here's our class where the 0314 late start. So this shell right here is only going to contain our 0314 material. Once we're done with that, I'll give you a new access code that will be for college algebra, and you will not have to pay. Okay, once you pay for access for one, you can register for as many as you want. So that won't be a problem. But for right now, this is just going to be all 0314. So once you log in, here's what it looks like. Now, on the left side, if you do want to access the book, you can. If you click on chapter content, you can go here and look through the chapters. Now, looking back at my notes, I want to point something out to you. The title of the notes, at the end of the title will tell you where to find that in the book. So right here, this is 1.2 algebraic expressions. At the very end, I have it listed as P.1. I like to put my notes in numerical order. I don't want to jump all around. So my titles go in numerical order, but at the end, in parentheses, that will tell you where you can find that topic in the book. So if you do want to use the book. All right, so let's see. Let's go back there. So see, I'd go to chapter P. Oops, I accidentally hit chapter 1. Chapter P, P1, and then if I want to, I can open up the e-text if I want to. The notes should have everything you need, but if you want to kind of look through the book, you can do that. So you do get a digital copy of the book. The only other three places you really need to go is homework. And this homework in here, I don't think I've adjusted the dates. So they all say past due. So I'll go ahead and update those soon. So you'll be able to work on your homework. And then quizzes and tests. This is where, so see the Unit 1 exams past due. Just ignore that. I'll fix that. Don't worry about the sample test and quizzes. If you want to do them for extra practice, that's fine. But other than that, that doesn't count towards your grade, okay? Only the exams up above here, okay? These are sample tests and quizzes. These are samples. They're not the real deal. I didn't even create them. They're from the publisher. So I'll leave that up to you if you want to mess with that. And then grade books, so you can kind of keep track of your grade here, okay? And I do want to show you some of the tools for the assignments. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click into one of these assignments that's not past due. So I'm going to go ahead, I'll go to properties of exponents. So this is actually our second unit right here. And I'm just going to click a question. It doesn't really matter which one. Okay, so let's say I'm working on this question here. Okay, x to the negative 3 times x to the power of 8. And I don't know, what is that? Let's see, x, let's see. I'm just going to put a guess out there. Let's see. Oops. Thought I could arrow up. Okay. X to the, I don't know, I'm going to put negative 24. It's incorrect. Let's see what happens. So check my answer. Oh, you're wrong. Kind of tells me a little bit about what's going on. I could try to decipher what it's telling me, and maybe that'll help me. And I'll say, you know what? No, I think I'm right. I'll check again. Oh, no, I'm wrong again. Okay. And then now it says final check. So I'm getting 3 chances to get this correct. But let's say I just get it wrong again. Oh, man, I got it wrong. Okay, it tells me the correct answer. It's x to the power of 5, okay? And then it has a skill builder thing right here. You know, it might be helpful, but sometimes I've noticed it takes you in some weird directions where it, you know, you might not want to go. So I would, you know, you can play around with the skill builder if you'd like, but if not, just X out. And you're like, man, I got that one wrong. What can I do? Well, you can hit similar question up to 5 times, and look, it generated a new question for me. So you're going to get 3 attempts per question, and you can do the question up to 5 times before it actually marks it incorrect for good. So you have plenty of opportunities. So if you get it wrong a couple times, you might want to click on question help. They have help me solve it. Students somewhat like that one. I think view an example is the most popular one. So if I click view an example, I can have an example side by side. I can click continue, continue, and it's taking me through the process, and I could work my problem at the same time, okay? Now, You do want to be careful because sometimes students just kind of start following patterns and they're not grasping the concept, and so you're not going to remember when the exam comes along. So you want to make sure that you're really taking the time to, wrap your head around this stuff. Okay, then there's also some of them have videos, and the videos can kind of be hit and miss, but and they're fairly short. And so you can see this question. See, this video doesn't quite match what the actual question that I'm doing. That's what I meant by the videos can sometimes be hit and miss. I mean, they're going to cover the concept, and the video is only 2 minutes long. They're going to cover the concept, but it's not quite identical to the one I'm completing on this page. Now, if you watch my videos, like 99% of the questions you see, you should see something very similar in my notes. There might every once in a while be a stray, but 99% of the time I'm pretty good about having all these examples, similar examples in my videos. Then here's a really good one. This is one I was talking about. So if you want to contact me, you just click Ask My Instructor, and look, it already generates my email right there. And you type me a message like, I'm a little confused on this part, or whatever you want to tell me, and it sends the question directly to me. And then from there, I can go ahead and make a video and send it back to you and explain the problem. Okay, so MyMathLab, there is a little bit of a learning curve to using it, but students overwhelmingly tell me they really prefer it over paper and pencil, because I've done it both ways. I tried to save students money by doing paper and pencil, and they told me they actually prefer to have this as a tool because you know right away, did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? You know right away. So this is very popular with students. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close that out. So when you do your exams, when you go to exams, it will look just like the test. I'm sorry, just like the homework, except obviously you won't have those tools to help you. And it's timed. You'll have 80 minutes for each unit exam. The final exam, you get 110 minutes. So you'll get an extra 30 minutes for the final exam. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll go back to the syllabus now. Okay, so that's MyMathLab for you. So you want to make sure, don't wait. We got to get that going. That's where your assignments are. Even if you don't have the funds, you need to get in there and get that trial going, so we don't get behind, because this is a late start course. So we're already packing in 2 courses, and we're going to move at a pretty fast pace. So every day is going to be crucial. Calculators, okay? A 4-function or scientific or even a graphing calculators may be used, but really you don't need to spend the money on a graphing calculator. Just get a scientific. I mean, 4-function will get you there, but scientific's going to be much better. So don't spend more than like $10 on a calculator. Here are some websites you can go to get a free calculator, or you can get a trial for some that will last throughout the course. I mean, even the phone on your, I'm sorry, even the calculator on your phone would be fine. Okay, the purpose of 0314 is basically to prepare you for college algebra. And here are the learning outcomes. Here are the topics that we're going to cover, the concepts. I'm not going to read through this. Okay, what you're probably concerned about is how am I going to be evaluated. So you're going to have about, I don't know, something like 25 homework assignments for 0314, and that'll be 20% of your grade, okay? You're going to have 3 exams. They will count 60 or 80%. So you might be like, that's weird. Well, what's going to happen is you'll take your 3 exams, okay, and then and it'll be on the computer because of the virus. We don't have any testing centers open. And if you're passing after the 3rd exam, if you have a C or better, let's just move on, okay? Now, if you're close to passing, but you're not quite there, you can take an optional final exam that will cut into that 80% to where you can get 20% for the final exam. So basically, it's a 4th exam. So if you only have 3 exams, it'll take up to 80%. If you have a 4th one, then that's going to jump in and take off 20%. So it could be 20-60-20 or 20-80. Let's go for the 20-80. The idea is to kind of knock out the first part and move on to the college algebra and not have to worry about a final exam, okay? Let's talk about the exam. So an hour and 20 minutes to complete it. You are permitted to use your notes. It is open notes, but refrain from using any other resources, okay? You will struggle. You're going to struggle mightily in the next math course if you cheat your way through this one, okay? The thing about 0314 is it's very basic, okay? And so there are ways to kind of cheat, and if you do, the problem is once you get to college algebra, it's going to get a lot harder to do that. So you don't want to take that avenue, okay? You need to build that foundation so that you're ready to move on to college algebra, okay? Now, since all the exams are open notes, I'm not going to drop or replace your low score. Typically, I would, but the thing is, they're open notes. That's a huge advantage, okay? And after you do take exams, I will go back through and give you partial credit. So once you take the exam, once everybody's finished, I do go back through and look through them and award partial credit where I can do that, and I'll award it to you and let you know. So the grade breakdown is A, B, C, and basically your D is an IP. That's not passing, but it's not really failing. It's kind of like you know, you were almost there, but not quite. Okay, and so to be honest, this is kind of more uh, for students with financial aid and also for the GI Bill. This kind of looks a little bit more favorably than getting an F. Okay, so that's kind of what the IP is there for. Okay, college algebra. So the purpose of this course for most people is just that it's required, right, for their degree plan. And so, but if you do go on beyond college algebra, it really is the foundation to get you ready for trigonometry and pre-calculus. Here are the outcomes and topics. Once again, I'm not going to read through them, but you can take a look at them if you like. Okay, how are you going to be assessed in college algebra? Well, here, 15% will go to homework, okay? 65% will go to 4 exams, so you'll have 4 exams for college algebra. Final exams, 20%. You can't get away from that. You're going to have to take a final exam for college algebra, okay? Once again, pretty much I give you the same kind of information about exam, open notes, don't cheat. I will not drop your lowest score because it is open notes, so make sure you're prepared. Take advantage that it's open notes, okay? Most of the questions come from the homework. There's about 80% comes from homework and about 20% come from concept questions. Okay. Final exam, 20%. You'll have an hour and 50 minutes, so you get a little bit more time. That one's open notes also. Now, for college algebra, we do give out Ds, which is considered passing for Lone Star. But if you transfer to a 4-year university, you have to be careful. Some accept a D, but some do not. So really, let's just shoot for a C or better. But if you do end up in that D category, you might want to contact the 4-year university where you plan on transferring to see if they accept that. Okay, students may be dropped from the course if you get a 0 on 2 or more exams. So if you miss 2 exams, really mathematically, you're not going to be able to pass the course. If you don't have full access to my math lab by the second week of the course, really, to be honest, the first week, your first exam is a week from the day that we start, and we'll look at the calendar in a minute. So really, you need to get on the ball with all this. Okay, let's see. Course withdrawal. If you do need to drop, the last day to do that is going to be November 13th. If you drop one, you drop both of them. Okay, so keep that in mind. You can't just drop one half of it. These courses are connected, and so if you drop one, it'll drop both of them. Here are some links and some QR codes to where if you want to go look at some of the basic policies you'll see in every syllabus. So those are posted on a site for Lone Star. The main thing that I'm going to highlight is the ADA, Americans with Disability Act. If you have any accommodations, just be sure that I get that paperwork so that I can honor those accommodations. Okay, here is a link to the North Harris math syllabus information. So this is more directly with the math department here at North Harris. So once again, you can go here and check out some of this stuff. The main one I'll highlight is that we do have online tutoring for free. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go to this link if I can. Okay, that appears to be a broken link. I will post there's a document for all this online tutoring. I'll post that in D2L under announcements, so just be looking for that under announcements. But basically, you go to the website and it will tell you what time tutors are available and what they tutor, and you can set up an appointment. This is just about information if you do plan on coming to campus for any reason. It explains the protocol for how to do that. Okay, I think the last thing to look at is probably just the calendar. So here is our calendar. So we start on September 21st. So the first day is class procedures, which is basically watch this video, get your account set up, and then you need to complete 1.1 basic operations of numbers. Okay, it's very basic. It's a review. Do not use a calculator. Okay, you're only going to hurt yourself. It's simple. You're going to think some of this stuff is silly, the stuff that we're doing, but the thing is we don't want to have to even think about it, some of these basic concepts. We just want to know them right away. But anyways, that's 1.1. It's a nice little review of very basic operations, and then from there you can see we have algebraic expressions, mathematical models, and so on. I'm not going to read through all these, but anyways, you'll see that our first exam is actually September 28th, okay? So on September 28th, all the homework from Unit 1 is due on that day, okay? So the homework will be due that day, and then the exam will be open from September 24th until September 28th, that Monday right there, okay? So that would be the last day that you can complete the exam, okay? And then from there, we start our second unit here, and then the next exam is on a Thursday. So I set up my calendar Monday through Thursday just because that's how we would meet if we were in person. Okay, you don't have to follow this exactly. You know, if weekends are better for you, I get it, but just realize how much work you have ahead of you for the weekend. So you can do this on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, obviously, okay? But the dates that are firm are that the exam has to be done between the 24th and the 28th, okay? And then all the homework is due on the 28th for that unit. I tried to put most of the exams either on a Monday or a Thursday, okay? Like the beginning end of it or whatever. So the next unit ends on October 7th. That's when the exam will become available. It'll be available from the 7th through the 11th. The 11th is actually a Sunday, okay? So it's going to be available from Wednesday to that Sunday. So that's plenty of time, okay? All the homework will be due on October 8th. So I think you kind of got the idea of it, hopefully. So then we finish up our third unit on October 19th, and then that exam will be available from the 15th through the 19th. And then we start our college algebra. So we go back to 1.1, 1.2, which is our college algebra units right here. Now this exam I put on a Wednesday. So I extended it past when the next unit starts. So this exam would be available from the 27th all the way till November 1st, even though we start Unit 2. I just want to make sure the window is large enough for you to complete the exam, okay? And so there's Unit 2 right here, Unit 3, Unit 4. Then on December 3rd, we have one little extra assignment after our fourth exam, and that'll be due on the 7th of December, that assignment. It's not that big of a deal, but we're required to cover this topic, so we just throw it in at the end. And then you'll have the whole week to take your final right here during finals week. Okay, it's a lot of information. Okay, so if you have questions or concerns, don't hesitate to send them. Don't wait. Remember, we're moving very fast. So I prefer you send me your questions sooner rather than later so we can make sure we're ready to go. So I'm looking forward to working with you guys. I want everybody to be successful, so take advantage of it. Just, you know, any questions, send them. When you're working on your My Math Lab, don't be afraid to send me those questions too. And all right.